Gary Robbins, VP of Strategic Acquisition for Wright Express, on the government's interest in development and utilization of alternative fuels.
There's a number of trends happening, as you can imagine, with alternative fuels taking hold. CNG was a big product back in the early 2000s, and it sort of hit a peak because of supply. Ethanol became a product recently, and E85 has been significant. The federal government has been really focused on it over the last few years. We've seen a lot of growth there. The infrastructure with E85 also, there's a lot of growth, but the infrastructure is primarily in the Midwest, where ethanol can be grown. Outside of that, CNG, we're starting to see additional CNG or compressed natural gas shale be developed in areas where there isn't biofuels, if you will, and so that I think will eventually give us access to more CNG. In addition to that, we've actually seen electric come back again. Electric was bigger probably 4 or 5 years ago than it was the last couple of years. The federal government just procured, the Marines specifically, just procured like 4,000 electric vehicles. So we're seeing a huge growth there as well. I think there's a balance across the alternative fuels, which is nice because it gives each player in each market an opportunity to service not just federal fleet but also commercial fleets that are choosing to use alternative fuels. So I see that as the area where not just Wright Express but petroleum marketers, infrastructure, and everybody is focusing as we go forward to remove our dependency on petrol fuels. California has a bunch of grants that they're also giving to alternative fuel vendors, and they want to put alternative fuel sites in. And E85 happens to be, I forget the number, but it was 65 or so sites this year out in California. On the East Coast, I see fewer of them, but I think we're seeing more of the growth of E85 throughout the Midwest, where the fuel is dominant. Biodiesel has certainly grown. I haven't seen a tremendous amount of growth recently, but over the last probably 3 or 4 years there was more of biodiesel growth. I would say that from a diesel perspective, it can burn clean. It certainly gives you more miles per gallon, but I also think that the price of diesel is a little more expensive. So the balance of both price and efficiency, the commercial fleets or government fleets are smart enough to do the analysis to determine is it most effective for me in their case.